back in 96. And I ain't never stopped messing with her ever since. The way she model on that paper make these haters sick. So I told her I'ma use her till she get me rich. She was black and slim and stayed with a rack. And she was happy when a nigga took her out that pack. She stayed down and kept it moving and had me groovy. I never put the top back on her pointed booty. Nice, slim, tight, she so nice. Black is night, she so left and still right. She like white and blue lines and I ain't lying. She hit a line and get geek and I ain't lying. I wanna take her on a trip where she ain't never been. And she ain't never lost, so she gon' forever win. And she my shawty, I would never disrespect her. And we gon' keep serving niggas like some hors d'oeuvres.
All in love with you. I really found someone like you. All in love with you. I really found someone like you.
It's so funny how we first met. I was doing math while you was laying on my work desk. We started flirting, so I took that opportunity to start something special. So it became you and me. It wasn't long before you and I found a pad and pencil started hating, trying to erase what she never had. We stayed up late, writing down game plans. I wanted that paper, and you had the same plan. I made a promise that I would never put you down. You say you'll always be there, I'll never have to look around. On drunk nights, the love making was amazing. Hours after hours, pages after pages. You say you love it when I grip you on your tiptoes, pressure on your body, just so I can get more. You don't like it, but I love it when your top's off, that ink start leaking while I get my rocks off.
All in love with you. I really found someone like you. All in love with you. I really found someone like you.
And shout out to the pen and pad. For real though. Yeah, we're gonna get into one more track, maybe two. Salute Melanated Agenda in the building as always. Miss Harris in the building. What's good? What's good?
What's good? What's good? We are in the building, man. What's good, my brother?
Not much, man. We gonna talk about it today. We gonna talk about it. Before we do, I'm gonna play probably one more track, man, just to get warmed up. You know.
Balance. Let me try these shoes on. How could I fear what I don't understand? It's another way of living unlike you. It's taboo to you. That don't mean it's wrong. That don't mean you righteous. That don't mean you gotta fight this feeling that you've been feeling so long. You feeling like everybody else is an alien. I can't debate, even I did the same in my past. That don't mean you crazy. That don't mean that you can't see through the stigmas they taught you in class. Who ever thought to divide us in a nation full of flagrant limitations? Feeling caged in this saga goes on. A lot of things can be learned by the people we prejudge, and that's why I'm speaking this song. I know that it feels so unnatural, a little bit taboo to put yourself in their shoes. I know it's so hard. Most won't even do it. They just say they stupid, then continue putting up their guards. Breathe. Taboo. Breathe. Taboo. Breathe. Taboo. Breathe. Yeah. Different delivery, same topic. Different agenda, but what caused it? What caused it? Ain't nobody better cause of where they born at. Taboo. 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 How could I not try to dig deeper in the psyche of the people that don't like me, who been eager to spite me all along? That don't mean we friends now. I just can't pretend now. I just wanna know why? Is it just human nature? No surprise. Natural selection. generation just trying to survive. And we done went over this plenty of times. Time after time after time. Taboo. 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 Ride out.
All right, man. So, we in here once again. Once again, we in here, man.
Please believe it. Please believe it.
What's going on, though, man? What's the whatnot, man? What we doing?
Man, look, you know, we always bring them the real as always, man. We got a couple of topics we gonna hit them with. Did we get the link to the other one?
Yeah, to the first topic, we gonna talk about you talking about the Facebook shit?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we can start with either one. Either one is fine. Either one is fine.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking we start with. Let's go ahead and chop it up about this.
Salute to everybody in the building. Let's see what we got in here, man. We got the Lioness in the building. We got Chloe, aka Loyalty and Betrayal. Y'all already know MA is always in the building. Miss Harris is in the building. Salute, shout out, man. We appreciate y'all for staying solid and staying loyal, man.
Oh, she changed the. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Changed the channel name. Salute, Chloe. All right, we're gonna get into it though. This is a short clip. We're gonna chop it up though.
Add it to the screen.
All right, hold on. Cause you know how I do. I said, you know how I do. I don't add the shit. All right, here we go. Really this time. I've been riding around listening to my song. That's what's up.
You
Miss
gotta hit the mute button.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna just hit the link again. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna just hit that, refresh it, and it should go back to the beginning so I could unmute.
Is your husband's need. Sometimes I think we have a lack of understanding of our husband's needs, that he actually needs us. My kids are messy, demanding. At times, they're often disobedient. I understand how much they need me. And here's the deal. I continue to serve them despite what they give me. What do my kids give me? They give me drama, chaos, messy house, laundry, all the things, sleepless nights. But guess what? I continue to serve them, and I live my life in such a way to meet their needs, not according to their behavior, but regardless of their behavior. Okay. Using motherhood as an example, we as women will sometimes treat our children, our sons, as if they can do no wrong. But when it comes to our husbands, it seems they can't do anything right. We are naggy, negative, and we neglect their need of respect based off their performance. And that is not okay. Truth be told, they are someone's son. You know what's helped me love him is I look at Bubba and I think one day he's not perfect and he's not going to be perfect. And I pray that his wife will be able to look in his eyes even when he fails and even when he messes up and calls out who he's created to be. Doesn't look at him and call him names and belittle him and use her words to destroy him, but calls the life that is inside of him and the future and the hope that comes in knowing Jesus. And so that's how I view him. How would I want Bubba's wife to talk to him? Mission is your.
All right, so just from that, just to put it into what I took from it when it comes to a context level, we talking about a marriage, a union, as they say, and we also it's a woman talking about her husband, but I think this same thing can be applied to, a wife to her husband or a husband to his wife.
All right.
You seeing that, or is that you think that's true, or?
I had to go turn my fan off, so I caught the ending of what you said. Can you repeat that one more time?
Well, I'm basically saying, for one, the context of what she's talking about is in the bubble of a husband-wife relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
And for two, can we agree that what she said about her man can be applied from a man, or what she said about a woman, where Nagy such and such and such. You think that same thing can be applied to a man as well? Like men can be accused of doing the same thing as she's talking about that the man does. Basically, what I'm kind of getting out the way, because I don't want to turn it to a us talking about nagging women. That ain't the whole, So
Oh man. Yeah, it goes both ways. Oh man, I don't want to do that, but I don't want to do that.
Go ahead, brother Blake.
I don't want to do that, man. Listen. When that type of stuff happens in relationship, mainly, I hate to say it, but it's true, man. From my experience and what I've seen, especially with this new generation, I can't speak for the older generation.
Right.
But it mainly comes with the women. It is hard for a woman to, I guess, give more love to their husband over their kid. And I think in this case, the husband is like, it's expected that you're gonna have to deal with this.
Right.
And it's, these are my kids. Okay, well, these are his kids as well. So that's why I said I don't want to do it that way, but that's just what I see. So I can't agree.
Yeah, and I can't fault you for that. I was just throwing that out there. Of course I don't have any kids. What's good? Charlize in the building.
Charlize, what's going on?
Yeah, it's like the women. It gets to be when I'm going kind of back to the Nagy thing. I guess that's another one of those things where it can be looked at like as women are the main ones when you talk about nagging in a relationship. But one thing I kind of stood out to me is whenever she said treating people not according to the behavior that they're doing, but regardless of the behavior. And that goes back to the whole based off performance, treating someone based off of the performance, and then that versus when it comes to the kid, whereas anything can anything, and it's cool.
I have to ask you this, and I know you don't have kids. You have nephews, nieces?
I got nephews. They about 6'5", but I got.
So I'm gonna just ask you, and you can tell me if you can answer or if you can't. But if you and your old lady was married, and would you treat your kids? Would you give them exceptions? Because they're your kids over your wife. Let's say, like she said, the kid's gonna do things. You're not gonna get that same love from a kid that you're gonna get from your spouse.
I feel like you shouldn't, because that's a kid, and then with kid you can debate as what age we talking about, but a kid is gonna make mistakes. A kid is gonna do.
A man is too. A woman is too.
That's true. That's very true. A man and a woman, everybody gonna make mistakes. I guess it's just the amount of tolerance for the mistake, and then it goes back to kind of like, do you have more tolerance for someone that came out of your womb than somebody you met? And I don't think it should be. I think the tolerance level should be there for both type of thing.
Absolutely. But if we going with the spiritual order of a marriage, it's God, man, woman, kids. You know what I'm saying? There's no other order. And I think nowadays I'm gonna just say it like this, a lot of people can't deal with that, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Some people say no. It comes to that question that I know everybody done heard somebody ask it. If you holding on to your kid, you holding on to your spouse, and you can only save one over a bridge. If you let one of them go, they die. Hold on now. That's just what it is. I know that's a tough decision to make, and I hope nobody is ever placed in that position.
Right.
But it's like, who do you save? But right now, we're not even at that point. We're talking about just, in a regular relationship where, you will crucify your man or your woman when they make a mistake, but you give passes to your kids. And I know you said it depends on the age, but at the same time, your woman or your man, they're giving you something even after the mistake. They're giving you love. They handling business. Hopefully you got a good one, and they just making mistakes. Mistakes, they can be erased. You know what I'm saying? You can't make the same mistake over and over again, because then it becomes a choice. But you can't crucify a man and then treat a child, your child. These are your kids together. Right. You treating them like, well, that's my kid. That's just what it is. I'm not going to treat them like I treat you.
Right.
Well, you're not following the spiritual order.
In that order, and the thing about the order is, what did she say? She said, you love kids unconditionally. A relationship is different. And I think that's how a lot of us kind of look at it, just because they came from you. And, of course,
who did you know longer?
Well, who are you gonna know longer? I mean, there's two ways.
You always gonna know your spouse longer. You always gonna know your spouse longer, because y'all the one who created the kid.
Okay, so if it's a co-parenting situation,
that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it becomes a co-parenting situation, you're gonna interact with your kid more than your co-parent.
What?
I don't know. It's a question.
Oh no, brother. Okay. I have to disagree with that, because for one, you guys started this relationship prior to even making this kid. So
that's true.
You done spent more time with this person. Y'all created this kid hopefully from love. You know what I'm saying? And once the kid here, hopefully y'all continue to love each other and raise the kid together. Yes, you both are gonna put time in with this kid to raise the kid, but for one, when the kid goes to sleep, who you gonna talk to? This kid, as an infant, is not talking to you. Who are you speaking with? Your spouse. You know what I'm saying? When things go wrong in the household, you're not going to go talk to that kid. You're going to talk to your spouse. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's different when you're raising a kid. That is communication, but you're talking to your spouse, and hopefully y'all are a team to raise this kid together. So I have to disagree.
Okay, and I respect that. I think the reason why, when I seen her comment, I was like, when I seen a relationship is different put like that, it puts me in the mindset of knowing that, for one, most marriages, don't end up in a lifetime marriage.
True.
So all of the time after that, is over with, then the child and the person who's living, together, they're going to be interacting more. But I definitely, I understand it. I wish it could be more of a. So are you saying that it's not that way, that it's like the man and the woman is what you're saying is basically that's what's, I guess, for lack of better words, more important?
I think if the spouses, if they communicate well, you know what I'm saying, and they have the same goals in mind, hopefully, you dated before you even got in marriage, so you understand each other.
Right.
You understand what a marriage really is. Because a lot of people, they get married and don't even know what they supposed to do in the marriage.
Right.
Not a lot of people go off of what they see other people do. Nah, man, this is something you embark in. This is now a spiritual journey that you're taking together. A lot of people don't look at it like that. They look, I love him, I love her, let's get married. No, it's more than that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no such thing as a perfect marriage.
Right.
But if you communicate, if you communicate it helps things a lot more. So when mistakes happen, you guys understand, okay, this can be fixed. We're not gonna run.
All right, so
No, go ahead.
okay, I'm gonna bring it back because all that's good, and I just want to bring it back to kind of circle the wagons per se. So when dealing with someone or your spouse, let's just go to husband, wife, treating that person not according to their behavior, but regardless of their behavior, because that was her words. That is included in marriage. That should happen, right?
Right.
Okay. So does it depend on, because the word behavior, that's a blanket statement.
Right.
So when it comes to not according to the behavior, at what point do you have to look at behavior? Because we all know it's certain things. It's like,
we all know what's accepted in God's eyes. We all know what's accepted in our eyes as well. You're not gonna tolerate nobody cheating on you. You're not gonna tolerate nobody hitting on you. You're not gonna tolerate none of that. Those are things right there that when they speak on behavior, you know right from wrong.
Yeah, I'm just making sure because with these little clips that they don't really give they kind of just say things in a lot of buzzwords and they don't really go in because of course it's in short form. So
yeah, I think those type of behavior goes without saying, I believe.
All right, well then with that I do agree in how you laid it out when it comes to the God, man, woman, child. I can see that. So I can see that, it's still kind of, I guess it's kind of hard to accept because I be looking at the success rate of relationships makes me kind of want to think that the kids should be before, or not before, but equal to.
Okay, so this will read this comment. And Charlize, I gotta mess with you. She said, I'm not God, but he knows my heart. I think a lot of us say that because, God is perfect. We know that. And I think if you were taught and you know better, you do better. You know what I'm saying? So if you know your spouse, speaking from a woman now, your spouse, which is the man, he's the king of the house. I feel like as long as he's not cheating on you, you know what I'm saying, as long as he's not putting his hands on you, I think anything else under any other situation, maybe you feel like he worked too much. Look at the outcome of his work. It's paying bills in the household. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you feel like he played the game too much. Communication. Talk to him. Like, listen, we haven't had a date night in months or whatever. That should be fixed. Once you voice an issue that you guys have or you may have with your spouse, I don't see why he should not want to fix it if he loves you. And vice versa. You feel what I'm saying? So things that you're upset about, whether it's a man or the woman, if you're upset about something, that's where communication comes into play. You talk to them. If they refuse to fix it, then yeah, that's going to become a bigger problem. But you don't crucify the man after you done told your kid 15,000 times, do your homework when you get home from school and wash the dishes, and they just won't do it. But you just keep giving excuses on why they don't do it. But when your man mess up, or if your woman mess up, you crucify them immediately. That's not right. That's not right.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Chloe in the building.
Hey.
And when you said how you emphasized immediately, because that's what it be. It be okay. For example, you done got out the shower, such and such. Say the man leave his drawers on the floor, and it's boom. What them drawers do? Like it's like, but you just stepped on 20 Legos. Like,
I'm gonna answer your question in a second, Miss Harris. Go ahead, Chloe.
That's the worst thing in the world to step on. I hate the person who ever made those things.
So what's
I'm
your
waiting for
thoughts,
your
Chloe?
I'm waiting for your answer on Miss Harris' question.
All right, so I'm glad you asked that question. Of course, we go back to dating prior to a marriage. You know that music is something that I do and I love. When we're dating, that's what I was doing. At that point,
Right.
at that point, before we embark on something called a marriage, you have an opportunity to say, nah, you spend too much time on that.
Right.
I don't want you doing music. I want all your attention on me. At that point, I have an opportunity to
right.
say,
That's gonna be my deal breaker right there, because you
nah,
know what.
then we're not gonna get married. You go your own way.
Right.
Nah. You know what I'm saying? But if we got married and I decided to start doing music and it took away time, then I understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You fell in love with
Good
me.
answer. Good answer. He gets surprised.
You fell in love with me and you knew I was doing music.
But you
still
fell in love with
decided to
her,
marry me.
and you knew
I
she
did.
needed all that attention.
Exactly. So I'm gonna make that decision. Like
Right,
if she
right.
wants all of my attention, she want me to stop doing music. I'm gonna say if that's more important than my music, then I'll cut music off. But no, it's not.
What-
No, it's not.
What if she wants all your attention in the bedroom instead of you playing your music?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Don't
matter.
matter. Don't matter one bit.
Listen, you're not
you
gonna try to get me like that, Chloe.
Yeah, she tried. She tried.
You tried it. Nah. Listen. You gotta
I'm
understand
just
it's like when it
Miss
comes to
Harris might be
music.
got it
it's
all
a
over there. You don't know.
Hey man, listen.
She might have a good passion too. You don't know.
And hey, and I have this. She has a decision to make. If I feel like her passion is too much, she has a decision. Like I'm not giving up my passion for you. Then let's move. Let's move on. That's what it is.
Lord.
Hey, I put it like music is my first love, and it always will be. So, and that's what that was from the jump. You know,
Is it your best love?
It's my best love and my first love.
It never
You gotta
cheated on me.
be specific with women.
Okay.
You gotta throw all that. I'm just telling you. I'm giving you a heads up. That's all.
But I mean, when it comes down to the time, it's like, yeah, okay. It's just, if she come home from work and I'm working on music, she knows, okay, don't go back in. She come and we greet each other and things. But if I'm working on it, it's like, yeah, she know, hit that living room for a little, give me a little time, But at the same time, it's some balance in there that takes place where it's like I'm not just every day come home on the computer, like I it's some balance in there.
Agreed.
And even when it comes to that,
if you're mature enough to be able to do that, yes, because you got to be able to recognize her needs just like you want her to recognize your needs.
Right. I don't, and when it goes back to what Miss Harris' question is, like, replace the music with an actual job that is providing for the household, and then how does the question look like?
Absolutely.
She didn't throw all that in there.
I'm just saying, hypothetically, if she would have said
She might be a millionaire. You don't know.
Or vice versa,
I'm just fucking with y'all.
Chloe,
But
you
no.
put up here biologically the female knows her kid longer than
Yeah.
anyone else. That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. If
Let me tell you why.
Go ahead. Let me hear
'Cause
this.
females, we are born with all the eggs we are ever going to have. Males reproduce their sperm. Y'all are continually making new ones.
You really
We ain't
don't do
making.
that.
I'm just saying.
You don't you know you got eggs, but you don't know that goddamn egg.
Oh no, we could be in tune with our body.
Hey,
Okay.
you took it that in.
I was being a smart ass, you know that. And then my other comment though, that's why I jumped on here, when you said about picking between your child and your spouse. My response was, we all jumping together, because that, believe it or not, that is something that back in the day when my husband was still on paper, that was one of the questions that was asked, and he refused to answer it in one of his classes. And it got him in trouble because he would not, they wanted him to like pick between children. Which one would you let go? You got to let go of one of those type things. And
Why
I
would
just,
they
and
do
for
that?
me,
Like,
it's some kind of mental class thing. That's all. I don't know. And what do they call it? Conjugal living, some shit like that. I don't know. For me, you know, I've thought about it. What was that movie back in the day, The Good Son, where the lady's holding on to what's his name, Macaulay Culkin, and the other kid or whatever, and
I
she
never
ends up
seen
letting go of her own child because he's actually the little Damien kid or whatever, and she saved the other one. For me though, excluding that my child's a Damien child, okay, I wouldn't want to be in that position. We, you know, if it was really put that way, we just all gonna have to go together. And my husband would probably be mad about that. He's just gonna have to get over it. His ass should have been the one holding on and make the choice then.
Okay, so Ms. Harris, you stated that I said we were married already. If I wasn't doing music, you know what I'm saying, I started doing it after, then yeah, I'm gonna do what makes you happy. I can't just throw something up. That's just like a woman out of a sudden say, "Bitch, I'm crazy," and you expect for me to deal with that? No.
You better go get her some medicine.
you stuck with me, nigga. You stuck.
You wasn't acting like
That's
this.
the better of the works. Sickness and health, all that stuff. Get her some medicine.
And the thing, and that's another point. You know, what Ms. Lorraine stated, mother carries that baby for 9 months. There's a relationship developed then, and that's another way to look at it. I mean,
yeah, but if you was dating the boyfriend before he
The
became
sperm,
your
the
husband,
sperm donor.
if you was dating him for 5 years and then got married, then y'all had a kid, who known each other the longest? You and the man. You feel what I'm saying? So I get what y'all saying. The mother's definitely gonna bond with the baby.
I don't think as
but
mothers
that's the
we're not gonna be able to comprehend a father's bond with the children versus a mother's bond with the children.
Man, y'all take that up with God, man. That's all I can tell you.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know that we will. I don't think that we can't comprehend it.
but
I
do you
know
think
that
I
I've
can
seen
admit
it.
there's a difference.
I could see that like boss, he's really dedicated to his daughters and stuff, but at the same time, as a female, I sit and you got to sit and wonder. It's like, but they don't know what we went through, you know, but that type of thing. And I hate it when I do some of these cases where you see the father is actually having to protect the child from the mother, and there's one. It's early 2000s cases, twin baby girls, and she's actually related to Bree Boss. She had twin baby girls, and the father literally had grabbed one of the twins and saved its life because she was taking the one twin and beating it with the other twin to try to kill him because she just flipped out one day, and one of the twins died and the other one was left physically handicapped for life. But you know, I could not imagine what that young father was going through seeing that, you know. But at least he had enough bonding with his children to jump in there and try to, you know, snatch them up and save them, you know.
Right.
I see.
Because obviously the lady was broken mentally.
Yeah, Miss.
I see Miss Harris' question.
Miss Harris, the house is on fire. Who are you going to say, wife or kids? I got an answer for it. You go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead, bro.
My answer is okay. Nighttime, we laying in the bed, husband, wife. The husband's responsibility. You next to your wife. First, you grab her hand, then y'all both go save the kid. Like the wife, her instinct is gonna go to that kid. But as a man in the head of the household, your responsibility is both. Her and y'all both go save the kid. Like that, I don't know. That's just how I look at it, man.
That's a good answer.
That's a great answer.
I was gonna say throw out the window, but then I'm thinking about it now as you were talking. I was like,
but
nah, because she's just gonna climb back in the other window to try to go save a kid. Yeah.
Right. Her adrenaline, it's all gonna be for, you know, we heard about the story where, you know, the woman, she, you know, her car stuck, a baby stuck up under the car, and she lift the whole car up. Like we heard these. we heard these things before, but okay, before she lift that car up, I'm gonna make sure she good. She can do that. She can say the baby, but first we gonna get right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way you answered that damn question. I couldn't answer that shit no damn better.
Oh shit.
I mean, it's a very, very tough situation, but God put it there for us to follow this, and regardless of how we feel, there is a right and a wrong answer. You choose what you feel to be right. That's you. I'm not going to judge you. You got to go talk to him when you get there, not me.
Because it. Go ahead, Chloe.
You know, I was gonna say, okay, the comment that I had made earlier when you said something about God, you know, spiritually that you're supposed to put your spouse first and all this and that, and I made the comment. I said, boss, you're going with the thought process of it being just one relationship, and I honestly I think that that's where things changed in this world, because for my father and my mother, I remember hating that as a child, that my dad would put my mom over us, and I mean that in a manner of the whole Bill Cosby scenario where he comes home from work and she says beat the child. My dad would do that without asking questions, and I would be there crying, thinking in my head, he don't even know what she's lying, you know, that type of thing, and so I hated that. And as I became a parent, I could not comprehend putting my spouse in front of my child. It was not until years later that it finally sunk in that that's what the issue is because our generation, you know, I can speak for the people that I know in my generation, we didn't follow God's plan the way that he wrote it out.
Right.
And I think that that's how, over years of different things, that's how we ended up having multiple marriages or multiple partners, multiple whatever. And so that's how it became more of a commonality of putting your child before your spouse, because the spouses ended up being stepdaddies, stepmamas, things like that.
Right.
And I think that that's maybe why it's become so acceptable that, oh, you put your kids first. But if we were to take it back a few decades, you know, to our parents' time, to our grandparents' time, whatever, in your situation that you're familiar with it, that, you know, that's the way it was, because they followed God's plan. I'm not going to say that my parents didn't have sex before they got married, because they got married on April Fool's Day. My brother was born in July, but they still try to convince us that it was that way. But at the same time, when they made that commitment to God in front of God, they meant it and they kept it.
Right. And
they were blessed.
A lot of our ancestors, a lot of our grandparents, they if they was spiritual, they followed it. I witnessed it for myself with my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Even when my granddaddy did something wrong, like, you know, stepped out, you know, my mom, and this when they was older and grown, of course, and they were like, you should kick him out. You know, my grandma told him, shut your mouth. Shut up. That's my husband. You know what I'm saying? And she was going to handle things her way.
Yeah.
Even though the Bible say infidelity, adultery, you have the right to leave him. She decided to stay. She didn't run, and she wasn't going to let nobody else tell her what to do with her husband.
She gonna beat his ass, but
oh yeah, she put them paws on him. Trust me, she did. She put them paws on him.
I remember my sister-in-law, she took that plastic brush and she beat my brother-in-law right upside the head.
But
it cracked his fucking skull.
he learned his lesson. He didn't do it again, and he stayed with her until she passed, and you know, some years later he passed away as well. You know, and I respected it. You know what I'm saying? And I cherish my grandmother's marriage, because what she taught us is how she lived. She didn't tell us to do something that she would not do, and I had to respect it.
Yeah, and that's all you can do, because like I look at my dad. My mother passed away in 2005, and you know, he's never been with another woman, even though he's entitled to, because he's a widow. But I look at that and I think, can you imagine the world today if more relationships we're built like that.
It's like the tolerance level is, and that's the thing, because it's like you walk in a tightrope when you talk about, you know, staying the course. It's walking a tightrope, because there's a lot of situations where staying the course will end up in, you know, toxic cycles continuing. So it goes back to that whole, you know,
It depends on what,
right,
what that
exactly.
toxicity is. Yeah,
right, that level of toxicity, that you know. So I would think that would have to come to a consideration as well. But overall, I do think when it comes to relationships, men and female, in general, the level of tolerance is less today than it was. Like the tolerance level was higher traditionally when it comes to us staying together, type of thing.
And I'll be honest, and this is not to speak down on anything with really so much on with my parents, but what I've seen from my mom and my dad, I mean, my mom, she followed the rules. She didn't, you know, she didn't cheat on my dad, nothing like that. But at the same time, I still, you know, looking back, I don't feel like my mom jumped through the hoops the way that my dad jumped through the hoops for my mom. And even looking at that, if you just got one of the two people in the couple that's willing to jump through those hoops to that magnitude, could you imagine if both of them, there'd be so much less divorces, things like that,
right.
because he stuck to it.
I see what you're saying. You
know, he stuck to it. I mean, because my mom was like, I mean, like I said, she did what she was supposed to do. She made sure the kids went to school. She made sure that we ate and everything, you know. And I say it like that because at the same time, but she made sure we was the ones doing the cooking and the cleaning. It wasn't her, you know, that type of thing.
Well, as it should be in some case, you know.
As we were older, I've got one of my pet peeves is when my baby sister was born, I had just turned 10 years old. What the hell was I doing changing a cloth diaper on a 10-year-old baby? I mean, when I was a 10-year-old and this was a baby, because I still remember to this day poking her with that safety pin and the blood come out. You know, it was like a delayed reaction, and all of a sudden the blood came out. I felt so bad, and to this day I see my baby sister, and I still remember poking her with that needle. And I think about it, and I'm like, the fuck was wrong, Mom, having us changing those diapers like that, you know? But at the same time, she still made sure it all got done, though.
Trial by fire is what I will say to that.
I used all Pampers when I became a mama. Ain't no safety pins in my house.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna get up off of here, and I will be down here in the chat. Being said, I got a no face up here. I just noticed that.
That's
I ain't even got a picture.
You changed your channel name too. I just peeped that.
I did. I wrote it in the comments. I don't have a problem with y'all calling me by whatever name. Okay. It's just that with the new lane that I'm driving down with a lot of these new videos, I've got several hundred, if not thousands, of new people popping in, and so I figured it might be best. I don't want to travel that same road if everybody start harassing my family again, you know, that type of stuff. So. I mean, it's not going to be hard for them to figure it out if they want to. If they want to, they'll find me. But yeah, these are a lot of different generations, a lot of different type of folks.
Definitely, they're out there doxing.
Hey, but it's working. I'm telling you, it's working. Boss, where am I at? Hold on, let me see. 5126. 5126 is where I'm at on my sub count.
That's what's up.
You doing your thug?
You know how hard I was begging to try to hit 5,000 by the end of the year, and it didn't come. Into January, I still didn't have it. February, I still didn't have it. I've gotten all that in less than almost at a month. I've gotten almost 200 subscribers.
Hey, I ain't gonna say I told you so, but I told you so.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man. Keep doing.
They got ADD like a motherfucker. God damn. And I use a lot of super glue on my lips when I'm typing. God damn, I would want to say some shit to them. But all right, I'll be down in the chat. Y'all take care.
All right, then. Salute for coming up, Miss
Thank you.
Chloe. I ain't gonna be able to call you nothing else, but you know, they know what it is. All right. Yeah. So you know that was definitely good. Had that perspective in there. Boss, is it anything else you want to touch on that specific topic? Is there anything she said that stuck out, or are we?
No, I definitely want to just respond to Miss Harris' comment on the screen. Oh, excuse me, I'm eating crabs.
No.
She said, after that, how can you have the same passion for that person? Don't get it twisted, Miss Harris. I didn't say I can do what my grandma did. Let me go ahead and throw that out there right now.
Yeah, clear that up.
I don't know if I could have did it because shit, I didn't do it. Right. But I still respect it. It takes a different type of person to be able to deal with that and still stay the course and still love that person like they did from day one. Now, I don't know if her love changed, but it damn sure didn't change in my eyes because she still treated him the same way.
And that was her goal, though. That she achieved what she was doing, what she was trying to do. I feel like because you didn't know this, but of course we know behind. You know they. Yeah.
We know she was hurting. We know she was hurting. Ain't no fucking doubt about it. But she stayed the course, and she died with that same man. So salute to my grandma.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah. So probably finna shift gears and chop it up about this. The whole Tennessee lawmakers, of course, y'all know the whole situation with the Tennessee school shooting that happened. And in Tennessee, afterwards, the backlash from these two brothers, these two Democratic lawmakers, was that they got expelled from. I mean, that's what they call them, Democratic. I'm not good on terminology when it comes to politics, so y'all gonna have to excuse me. They basically got expelled from making laws. Because that's what they call them, lawmakers. So I'm assuming they got expelled from making laws. So we're gonna get past my ignorance to the fact of these political terms, because you know we don't talk politics up here too much, but I do want to get into this gun control because you know, as you know, there's been a lot of school shootings and things of the sort, and gun control seems to be a repeated narrative that you hear as soon as a school shooting happens.
Big facts.
What do you hear? And even let's not even just say school shooting. Let's say mass shooting. You know, more than 3 people. You know, these random shootings that aren't so random most of the time, because usually there's some kind of connection, as we see. But you know. It always gets brought up. I'm gonna play this video and then we'll go from there, man, and see where it takes us.
All right, let's do it.
It's already on the screen. Edit. So here we go.
This morning, growing outrage after Tennessee's Republican-controlled House voted to expel 2 Democrats. State Representatives Justin Jones and Justin Pearson were expelled on a party-line vote after they led a gun reform protest in the House chamber last week in response to the school shooting in Nashville that left.
See, he got a bullhorn in that thing.
6 people, including 3 children. Shooting in Nashville that left 6 people, including 3 children, dead.
Just because you don't get your way, you can't come to the well, bring your friends, and throw a temper tantrum with an adolescent bullhorn.
There's something in the decorum of this body that says it's okay to call that a temper tantrum, to call people we disagree with on the issues, to say that all they want is attention. But I'll tell you what, I don't personally want attention. What I want is attention on the issue of gun violence. But instead, we're here with the resolution you put up talking about expelling me for advocating for ending gun violence in the state of Tennessee.
Overnight, President Biden calling the ousting shocking and undemocratic. Republicans had accused Jones and Pearson of disorderly behavior after leading protesters onto the House floor, bringing proceedings to a halt with both men using a bullhorn. Some Republicans compared the moment to January 6th.
What they did today was equivalent, at least equivalent, maybe worse, depending on how you look at it, of doing an insurrection in the Capitol.
Maybe worse. Keep that in mind. Golly.
Jones and Pearson argued they were exercising their First Amendment right after Republicans refused to discuss gun reform in the wake of the Covenant School shooting.
How can you bring dishonor to an already dishonorable house?
I'd much rather be talking with you about legislation to protect Shelby County and to protect our communities than talking about why we don't deserve to have our representation lost.
A vote to expel a third Democrat representative, Gloria Johnson, failed by 1 vote. Johnson had stood by Jones and Pearson and chanted with the protesters. A reporter asked Johnson why she thought Republicans did not expel her.
It might have to do with the color of our skin. You cannot ignore the racial dynamic of what happened today. 2 young black lawmakers get expelled and the one white woman does not. That's a statement in and of itself.
Republican leaders denied race played a factor in the decision and noted that the overwhelming majority of their party was still in favor of expelling Johnson.
Special elections will fill the 2 vacant seats. Jones and Pearson are free to run again for those offices.
So
we begin with the dramatic.
No. Okay. D Love in the building, Neutral in the building. Yeah, so that's basically what happened. And the thing about it, I kind of want to go back to what they were protesting for, because we all seen, of course it was 2 black men protesting, and there was a white woman along with them who didn't get expelled. And that's kind of, that's not really what I'm trying to angle at. And I could throw the link in there if Neutral want to come up here.
What up, New? What up, D Love? Excuse me.
But yeah, so following the school shooting, this is what happened in the House or from these state representatives. And the protest basically was for gun control. And we hear this a lot from the Democratic side of the aisle, where Democrats seem to have this thing in their mind where gun control will stop these or curtail some of these things from happening. Neutral in the building.
What up, y'all?
And I'm under my thinking goes back to, I don't really think that gun control, I don't think that gun control is the fight that should be fought after a school shooting. Is it like after a mass shooting, is gun control the thing that is just cool to go back to that, or what's do y'all agree, disagree? What's y'all feelings on that?
Well, I'll say this. It's like anything illegal. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna always be put in neighborhoods regardless. Whether they say, okay, nobody can have guns. And I'm just reaching right now. It's drugs. You don't supposed to have crack. You don't supposed to have this. You don't supposed to have that. But it's placed in these neighborhoods where the youth or anyone's going to have access to it. So if you're trying to, either make stricter gun laws or take away people gun rights, you're going to have criminals who's going to get them.
Right.
They break into your homes. You don't have nothing to defend yourself, nothing but a baseball bat or a knife. So I don't feel like taking away, when I don't know what they're gonna do as far as stricken the laws for guns, but you can't take the rights away, because now you're putting innocent people's lives in danger because they can't defend themselves. So I really don't know what is the resolution to it. But if we go back to what you said earlier, YJ, a lot of this stuff, all these mass shootings, we find out what they're connected to.
Right.
So No, you're not finna take away my motherfucking gun laws and then send somebody in miles to kill me. Nah, bro. Not gonna happen.
No.
I mean, it's obvious to me when I hear these type of things what it is. Like, I always call up distraction. Like, it's over 300 murders in Baltimore a year, right? 90% out of them are with guns, but you never hear them calling for them gun laws then. You only hear it on some mass shooting. And
Facts.
the shooting I heard, I just heard one today. It was like a dude went in a bank or some shit. And normally they say, you know what I mean, yo purchased the gun a week ago, a month ago. They was like, yo purchased the gun the day before.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it just, man, how they going, bro? They make guns like cars, bro. Like, you ever go to a car lot and then you
Gun
go down the
shows.
street to another one?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, gun stores have guns just like that. Like, how they going? I don't know.
And
You
even
know what I mean?
even when it comes to gun shows like that they have in Texas, gun shows. You go, it's a bunch of 6-foot tables with people who set up tents who come there to sell guns, and it happens in Texas every week. It happens. You don't need
Happens
shit.
once a month. So I know. I mean, once a year. So
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I feel the same. I think the gun control, when it comes to the whole gun control narrative after a school shooting, I do think it's for a reason. You know, the Democratic agenda, I do think is behind it, because as we know, the Republicans, they NRA, they sponsored by the NRA, the National Rifle Association. So of course they're, you know, and with a lot of these things is, you know, the right to bear arms is federal law, and the states are trying to, these protests and things are things to change things within the state or within the counties that they preside over. So I just don't think it's worth the fight type of thing. It's like, yeah. I don't know.
So I mean, it's like they create the problem for a different reason, to take away your rights. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, a lot of different states where, you know, felons, you know, they will never be able to own a gun. But there's some states where they can. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you're not going to get rid of guns. Just like New said, they're making guns like cars. So if guns are going to continue to be manufactured, then this shit's not going to ever end. You know, if guns don't kill people, people kill people, man.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers start getting slingshots, nigga, start killing your ass. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. It's the person who has the weapon.
And the thing, when it comes to the weapon, when you say the weapon, what weapon is it? Like should it be legal for someone to go out and purchase 50 rounds in a 30-round clip, and like he going, like, should that be legal? Like, when we talk about what weapon it is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you speak of these mass shootings, I think they're trying to get rid of these, like you can say, fully automatic weapons. You know,
Right.
AR-15s and things like that.
Fully
Like,
automatic, meaning you could pull that motherfucker and just mow the whole, just start lawn mowing. Like, is that needed for home defense? Is that needed for
It's
any
not.
citizen?
It's not. Not at all. It's only needed for war.
Yeah, but what about people who like to collect guns?
Yeah, that's
I mean, you gotta think like this. Guns been out. I mean, you can buy an antique gun now from back in the 50s. You feel what I'm saying? Like, look, guns is like drugs, bro. I mean, the people who make these motherfuckers are the same people who give us these laws, basically.
Right, I agree.
And they just play with us with them. And I think it's one of them things of what we're going to be distracted by the most. You know what I mean? I think I did a live the other day saying, you know, once there's no more money, then it's easy to get rid of drugs then, because I mean, you ain't niggas on the corner with credit card slots and shit. Beep, like niggas, like it ain't gonna happen. It's gonna stop the same way they can stop that war on. They can terminate the gun issues, bro. Like, don't think they can't do it. So I think right now these little distractions they throw at us, you know what I mean? They already done figured out what they need to do. Like in the future, I believe it ain't gonna be no guns. It ain't gonna be as violent as it is.
Are we gonna be like, what is it, Great Britain, where everybody run around with knives and shit? No, the police don't even have guns.
You got. I mean, when you think of violence and you think of criminals and stuff. I mean, the closer the people are together, the more violence and the more criminals you're gonna have. The farther spread apart, So sooner or later, if you spread people apart enough, then it lessens the tension of them being on top of each other. Like, just imagine, not just being in the projects, right? Just imagine it's 10 buildings that you just walk out and you see 10 buildings. They all high rises. That's depressing enough.
Yeah, that's that social engineering.
You feel what I'm saying? So if you take them people and spread them out, the stress relief that is.
You know what you got? You got Gary, Indiana.
I think that's like that in every state, bro. I think they done that in every state.
It's like they don't have these high rise. It's not built like that. It's Gary, Indiana is like it's just a regular town, but when it comes to violence and crime, it's all there. Like it's all there.
Yeah, but do they have houses? What I'm saying is, do you go outside and your neighbor is like, 20 feet next door, or you got to ride down the street to see your neighbor?
Yeah, nah,
you know what I'm saying? That's still kind of the same, to me, the same situation. You got one Walmart that everybody goes to. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of the same situation. What I'm saying is, you spread people out, and it'll be less violent.
Yeah, I can't live in no city like New York, like nah, all that 3 stories. That's my limit. It's a building up here.
New York got like skyscraper apartments.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, I'm not finna be in the middle of that thing. Trust me. Nah, I can't do it. It's just too much. It's too many people. Nah, man. It's one building down the street from me. I stay on the street. It's all apartments. 2-3 story levels, but this one where you see a lot of the handicapped people on disability and things, and they accept different type of payments and things from social services. Is one building like that. It's probably about 40 stories high around the corner from me. But I wouldn't be in that thing, man. Like it creates a mindset like. So I agree with you when you do say that. It's some social engineering going on with that. Most definitely.
How I watch the news. I see these young city boys. They getting tired of the city shit. So a lot of them go out in the county, and they be breaking in people's houses and shit. But they sit and they watch their shit. Like, if you had a house that it wasn't no neighbors and shit, and the motherfucker sitting outside your shit, you gonna know, like, yo, what are you doing, son? So that's when the gun comes out. That's when I come out with the gun, like, well, what's up? You delivering packages? You see what I'm saying? Like, when you live in a whole neighborhood, a nigga can sit up the street, park in front of, a neighbor that you don't even know, and just watch your house, watch the activity that happened. I mean, that's just what happened. But if you spread out, it's just harder for a motherfucker to, you know what I mean? It's less break-ins and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a nigga would have to know that you on vacation before they come break in your house.
True.
Any thoughts about on what?
I don't have a resolution for it. I think Lou got a great point though. But I will say this: taking away gun rights is not the resolution. It's not.
I agree.
It's not the resolution.
I most definitely agree. And
if you remember this,
So let me ask you a question then.
People who make guns always gonna know how to make guns.
Okay, let me ask you a question then, right?
Go ahead.
If there's no resolution, if you don't think so, the resolution that y'all talking about are gun laws, right? I mean, how many mass shootings you hear in a month?
One.
All right, so let's put it like this: out of one state, you can pick any state. How many mass shootings you hear a month?
I mean,
Go to any city in that state. Go to any city in that state and look at the shootings and the killings amongst the people that's in the city. And it's overwhelming. And most of the guns that are in the city are illegal guns. Most of them. Feel what I'm saying? So where's the war on that? You know, it's like they don't pay no attention to the brothers killing the brothers in the street, but when it's a mass shooting, y'all want to bring this up. Like, no, what about us in the street that's dealing with these little Negroes that y'all giving ghost guns and shit to?
But look, not to mention that it's black people doing it though.
I mean,
it's black people
I hate
bringing
to
it
say
up.
Yeah. Wait a minute, in this case,
I
think that's a facade, bro. Like, see, when I looked at that, I was like, oh no, niggas ain't worrying about that. Niggas ain't. That's a facade. They paid that nigga to do that.
It's the state representative. It was two state. In this case, we're talking about it was two state representatives that got expelled from being state representatives by a Republican House in Tennessee that had them expelled basically for bringing this up, the gun control protests.
So the shooting that happened in Tennessee, was it in like black? Was it black people?
Well,
involved?
it was 6 people I think that got hit and 3 kids that passed, and there was 1 out of 6 black people that got hit.
I haven't heard this. Like, what type of event was it?
Yeah, I actually, hold on. Let me let me share this.
Can you pull that up?
Yeah, let me share this real quick. This is the footage of the Nashville school shooting, and he was a student of the school. In his
Oh, this
past.
is one that the cops came in there and shot him while he was trying to shoot out the window.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was a female, wasn't it?
It was a female
that killed.
You see the screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's this one. I thought it was a dude.
Okay, I might be wrong, but I know one recent one was a female.
This was a female on this? Hold on.
No, I'm saying it's one recent one. Cause
it's another one. Was it Tennessee?
Might have been Tennessee.
All right. Well, this is where it started when he shot through the double doors at the front right here.
Yeah, that's the same one.
Yeah, I believe this was a female, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that's not a female.
Okay, if this one is not a female, there was one recent that was. I just can't remember which one.
He got the full body armor and the flak jacket and all that.
Well, where are they getting this from, bro?
It's like he I thought it was a dude. I swore it was a dude.
It might be.
It might be.
Oh, this Miss Harris say this was a woman.
I don't know what I'm talking about, Miss Harris.
You don't.
I ain't say that.
I'm fucking with New right now.
Oh, they say she was transitioning to a man.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why. I'm like, I swear it looked like a nigga.
I don't give a damn what she was doing. She's a fucking woman, New.
Right. Okay. I see why you say
Look like you to me.
Yeah, so yeah, you know,
The
any law.
transgender shooter was in North Carolina. Oh, North Carolina. What the fuck that say? I guess
She
that's
meant Carolina, man.
Yeah.
North Catalina, Kakalaka.
Kakalaki.
However you want to
Let's say
put it.
Catalina. Like I want to make sure they in a place. Like that could be somewhere in Mexico or something.
Nah, the T is right next to your R, man.
Crucial K in the building, Professor Cupcake in the building. What's good? What's
What
good?
up, Professor Cupcake?
Yeah, so I'm not seeing any gun laws changing that. Like someone got that intention to do that. There's no law you can put in a book that's gonna change a person's mind from if they're set to do that. There's no set of laws you can put in place to do that. Same thing I say when it comes to kind of like a false sense of security that people like to have. Like it's like like ADT security is not gonna stop somebody from, and it's sad to say this, but ADT is not gonna stop somebody from doing a home invasion if they really want to do it. If someone want to do some shit, they gonna do it.
Right.
It ain't
Let me
no law
ask you a
gonna.
question, bro.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. In any, it's hard to ask. It's hard. Like, see, if I say this to boss, I swear, if you come off, it's on tonight. I'm just letting you know.
See, he be waiting for me. That's why I'm
Yeah,
trying to play
I
cool
think he
right
be
now.
poking-
He just
he be
quick
poking
to
the
really
bear.
say-
He waiting
Yeah,
for me.
he quick
waiting
to
right
really
now.
go at me. So check this out. Just let this marinate because I gotta run downstairs real fast. Is it something that, because this is like the going to elementary school with a gun and start shooting kids, like the level of mind that you gotta be fucked up in, right? Do you think it's normal people that's just that fucked up walking around here, or do you think they're coached by some type of way? Now, hold on, I gotta put y'all on mute because I gotta run upstairs to get my food. But just that nigga in the school with tactical gear on, another nigga was in the mall with tactical gear on. I mean, in the supermarket, he had all tactical gear, $10,000 worth. Like, where they getting this money from?
There's these support. Well, for one, I can't really say where they're getting the money from, but what I
hold
will
on.
say is there's these groups, there's different forums, these alt-right. I hate to even put right and left in it, but that's what we come to find. A lot of times it's a lot of groups and support groups for people that's about this type of life type of thing. It seems like I'm not stating that as facts, but from the outside looking in, that's what it seems like. They walking in places with men but a heart and stuff, like, it's that whole mindset. Like,
I got a feeling where I know where New is coming from. It's hard to imagine a person just want to walk into a damn elementary school and just kill some kids. And what that led me to start thinking is, if this is a plot for maybe gun control or whatever the case may be, what better way to touch the rest of the community by killing some kids? You know what I'm saying? What's the most thing that we hold precious?
Attention.
Kids. So if you go to an elementary school and kill a bunch of kids, that's gonna spark up some shit, versus you going to a club and killing a whole bunch of people in a club. So I get what New was going. Is like, is there people out here that really would just say, wake up and say, fuck it, I'm gonna go kill a bunch of kids? You got people that will rape them. You got people that'll have sex with them. So I wouldn't put nothing past them. But I know where New was going with this. So
yeah,
I'm not finna let him argue with me tonight.
All right, so
I wasn't even trying to argue. I just didn't want you. I didn't want you to go. Oh yeah, we go to the conspiracy there. I didn't want you to go off.
Nah. What you said, I sat there and thought about it when you asked that question. Was like, is there people that would really fucking do that? And you, like I said, think about people that fucking rape kids or these pedophiles. Like, they say it's a sickness, but
yeah, but when you think about pedophilia and shit like that, most of that shit is undercover type shit. It's not an open broad, like, you know what I mean? Even if these motherfuckers like kidnap a kid, do whatever they do, kill them, you normally find them in the woods somewhere. Like,
what was that? Go ahead.
Just to think that I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna go to this school, blow out the doors, walk in, and the first thing moving, I don't give a fuck what it is, I'm shooting. Like, what did the kids do to you, son? Like, it's just a mentality that I'm thinking, like, how do you focus your mind on some shit like that? Like, I don't know, bro.
It's like some grooming. It's like almost like self-grooming, on some self-grooming shit. You're going online, you're looking at these certain things, and what I'm trying to think of that one case, maybe it was the grocery store where the dude, it was a black neighborhood and he went to Buffalo. Was it that one where they actually looked at his online records and he was inside this certain forum that was,
he had a manifesto too.
Yeah, like there was a whole community of people who kind of supported
that one right there. Once I looked into that, and that guard that he shot was the dude that made the engine that ran off of water. He was just on the news like 6 weeks before that. I kind of that eliminated that whole situation to me.
I think if we're going back to what you was talking about, Lou, is why they doing it. All right, if they're being coached to do this, let's think about who all survived. Let's go back to what the shooter in Uvalde. He dead. That motherfucker dead. So you mean to tell me somebody coached him to get himself killed? Hell no.
And that also X's out the attention. In that case, X's out the attention because that's one thing I kind of be looking at. Like, someone wanted some attention. Like, he wanted to be on the news. He wanted to have his face shown. He wanted to,
Yeah, because if it was that case, and I'm not saying it's not, I just don't know nobody who was going to sacrifice themselves for the fucking U.S. government to do some shit like that and then lose their life.
Let me tell you the realest one out of all these shootings that I find. The realest one was the dude who was shooting the cops in Texas at that little fair thing. If you ever get to watch, if y'all look that shit up, it's a scene where a black cop is up there and they're talking to him. He's talking about the revolution and all this shit. And he actually tells the black cop to turn his gun on the white cops, right? And then the cops like, that should fuck his head all up. And they sent the robot in there and blew him up or whatever. That was the realest one to me. The rest of these ones I see, the dude that went live, even the two in the school, the one in the school where the cops was in the hallway for an hour before they went in on dude or whatever. Bro, like, this shit like that, this shit just seemed weird. Like, and they had 12 different police forces on this shit, yet they could have saved lives. They didn't go in. But on this one, we watched the police go straight in to execute this motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? And then they the heroes and they bring up what wasn't done in the last one. I think all that shit's just a big ass dumb distraction. But I don't think in these people's mind, I think something's put in their mind. That's just me. And I mean, I know it's niggas out here raping, there's niggas out here doing just regular shit. But these type of events that they highlight on the news, it seem like to me they're more pushed than just the normal, executions that happen in our local cities and shit, because it's a lot of them.
Right. Yeah, I don't think Yeah, man. Someone like I go back to someone thinking that you throw it off. That's all I can really say to it. Like Cupcake said, a lot of these kid shooters are radicalized online. There are sites dedicated to counting and ranking shooters for praising them. And it's a whole yeah, there's definitely sites and different things that these people they visit, they go to, but I don't think any of that is the main reason. I think that support for that's kind of like the blanket support to get them to feel okay about it. But I think this shit is some all premeditated mindset shit where you got something in your mind, you're gonna do it and you throw it off. I don't really think there's a way to explain some shit like this. Like to logically explain it how we're trying to do, I don't think there's any way to do it at the end of the day. Like Miss Harris say they believe in what they're doing, that there's a medal to them, they will be looked at as a hero amongst their kind.
That's and you know how I feel about that type of shit. Like, going back to Jim.
That's kind of true what she's saying. Going back to the comment of I think Professor Cupcake said something about the sites dedicated to counting and ranking shooters. Like what Ms. Harris said, just go with that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think so too, kind of. I mean, looking at a lot of that, I hate to say it, that academic stuff, the war on Chirac. I mean, kind of that's what them little dudes was doing. If they hit somebody, they go make a video about it.
What was you about to say about GMJ? You said something about.
We speak on what he's done. Not only him, a lot of other black leaders in the past who were out there and they sacrificed themselves for the greater good. And we hear, well, I've heard and seen a lot of comments in previous lives and where they say, our black men need to stand up and do this and do that. And my mind is like, for what? To be unappreciated? That's why I feel like you gonna sacrifice yourself to get killed and you doing it for a good cause, but it's not gonna be appreciated. And these motherfuckers who been crash dummies going out here and doing it, if they feel like this is a medal and they're gonna be praised for it, you stupid for believing that. Ain't nobody gonna praise you for that shit. Nobody, not even your own people.
And yeah, I agree. And also what Nu was saying beforehand about the how academics was doing the war on Chirac, it kind of ties in because it's the clout that goes along with doing the crime or doing the murder or doing the hit or whatnot.
D-Love, absolutely. I'm sorry. Absolutely, D-Love.
And I do believe that is, when it came to that, I do think that had a part to do with it. It's like there's clout in murder, as we see. And hold on, I'm gonna get this off. As we see with how many documentaries does Ted Bundy have? How many movies does Ed Gein are influence? Are these serial killers that were just blazing through the news? Like, people grow up seeing these things and they see, oh wow, if you kill a bunch of people, there's clout and attention that comes with this. So I what you said about
you're dead.
Even after you're dead, it doesn't matter if you're alive or dead. Your name is gonna ring bells if you do such and such.
You motherfuckers crazy.
But go ahead.
Hey, bro.
What up, bro?
You say that, right? You said something like their own people not going to accept that from them.
No, I ain't say accept it. Like, appreciate it.
Appreciate it. But we're kind of wrong, though. Because in a certain highlight, we do. Like, when you really look at King Von, Or you really look at the war in Chirac, a lot of them, right? Even Dirk, all of them, they're fucking murderers. Like plain out, they're killers, and they got deals. You know, Vaughn didn't make it, but he got a deal. He was a millionaire before he died, and people loved him when they knew. You know, what I mean, the stories out there of him.
Yeah,
like the people outside of Chicago loved them. Maybe the people in Chicago didn't fuck with
And I
him.
think it's
But outside of Chicago,
I think the context is a little different when you're dealing with these rappers and things in the war on Chirac and academics, which I think academics is a bitch ass nigga for doing that shit, but that's another story. But what I will say, yeah, I do see that where, yeah, I can definitely see that. So
it's the same thing when you just said Ted Bundy and them. It's the same.
That shit
thing,
is
bro.
ridiculous, man. I can't fucking.
How
It's
is-
like every month you look up and you see Leatherface, like you see these documentaries to these dudes, and it's like a person who feels like they want to do something like that will watch that, and that shit will just it's like, oh, he's the god, he's the GOAT type of thing. Charles Manson was on newsreels back to back, like there's 50 documentaries about him.
Let me ask y'all something. I know it's just three of us, but do y'all glorify? I mean, just going by what you just said, Nu, about King Von and all those motherfuckers who killed people. Do you think that shit cool, bro?
Well, I think it's cool. Hell no. What the fuck?
Right. Do you think it's cool, YJ?
Nah, like you, if you kill multiple people and you talk about it on songs, you not cool to me. You still a murderer. You still whatever label they want to, society gives you, serial killer. You are that. It's just you look a little cooler while you doing it because you on a music video and you got on Dolce and Gabbana like. I think I seen Crucial K pop in.
So I asked that question for a reason, Nu, because I know how I feel about it. I just want to hear you guys' points. I know you always get on my ass like, you just talking about you. So you think the people like us who find that shit horrendous and a bunch of bullshit, you think our opinions don't matter? You think the people who really worship these, I ain't gonna say worship, but still love these niggas for what they did, that's what really matters? What about the people who don't like it? Which one you say weighs heavier? Let me ask you that. What up, Crucial K?
Cool, and I'm bopping in it, bitch.
We got you. We got you. Trust me, we got you.
Nu, I want to hear your response to that, bro. That's a serious question. I want to know. I mean, you can answer too, YJ.
Damn. I'm over here looking for.
My bad. Ask that again, bro. What you say?
Like you said there's a lot of people who still love, people like what's the guy name in Chicago? King Von, and the people who did all these killings. You said a lot of people still love them. They got record deals and all that shit. But there's other people like us who don't find that shit cool and don't like it. Which side weighs heavier?
I think that the other side, not our side, I think weighs heavier because the other side voice will be more louder because it's more people. The youth does not look at things and dissect things how we do. So I think to answer your question, I think the other side it would be my question.
It's not just the youth. I mean, it's people that all right. So you said you brought up the documentaries earlier. How many documentaries of these guys? Like, bro, look how many documentaries of drug dealers there are.
Yeah,
just on YouTube alone.
That's true.
And I'm finding out niggas like I ain't even know these niggas exist.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and Vlad bringing some of these people to light and what they did.
Damn.
You feel what I'm saying? So regardless of the fact, it's negative. Like, anything negativity spread faster, right? We know that.
That's facts. That's facts.
The people who controls the button to push the negativity, that's who our target should be. Not the people who's doing this shit, the people who's putting it out there like that, because those are the ones who making these other motherfuckers crazy. Because you see it every day. You feel what I'm saying? And just because certain things don't affect me, certain things don't affect you, certain songs don't affect you, boss. Crucial don't, it's somebody that's picking something up and they walking with it. Whether it's a movie, whether it's a TV show, a documentary, a song, somebody's picking that negative up and they walking with it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why you always see, you can, if we up here cussing each other out, we gonna have 40 people in here out of nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? When we up here talking some positive stuff, then it's gonna be our normal 10.
Right.
That's just how it is. The algorithm gonna pick it up.
I
So we
accept
need
that.
to blame them. You know what I mean? The people who make the algorithm.
Crucial, what's good?
Oh no, I would say it's the way people grow. It's the way people grow it up too, man. You gotta think. Look how most people in Chicago and LA grow up. They around it, so they gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? They gravitate to that. That's all they know. Far as the people that come from a country life, like down south, where we got, you know what I'm saying? We ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? It's the environment that you around that make you turn out that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that
you gotta have a strong mind. You gotta have a strong mind to not want to be in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And I'm glad you went there with it, because I definitely, and that's a discussion that historically, Boss and Neutral, I have went back and forth about the whole environment situation. Am I wrong about that, New or Boss?
Not at all.
Nah,
So
I
I've heard-
ain't never talk about no environment to that nigga. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but yeah, that's a discussion that we come back to this a lot. I think just because how we've dealt with our own personal experience and our experience of being in certain environments and looking past them and recognizing these cycles for what they are, type of thing. But Crucial, what you said, I don't disagree with anything that you said. And when Boss, that's the thing about it. Like when Boss tells his side about the environment or making you who you are, and when you go and you go deep with it into these environments and how they make of what we are and the social aspect of it. I can't agree or disagree with either side. So that's when y'all talk about it, like how Crucial just talked about it. I agree with everything Crucial just said. And when New talks about it, I agree with everything you're saying. I don't really, I'm kind of on the fence when it comes to that. Like,
I got you. I can agree and agree on both ways, because a lot of times I try to look at it from other people's ways and try to figure out why you think like that, but understand at the same time. Like me and Boss, I think, like our hoods were different. You feel what I'm saying? Like where I'm from, shit, I lived on a block where it's 50 houses on each side. And then it's a street, and then it's the next block with 50 houses, a street, and next block with 50 houses, and then it's a main road. You know what I mean? And I can't see farther past that because of the main road. But looking both ways, this is what I saw. You feel what I'm saying? And it was more, projects was right down the street. Same place where they shot the wire at. I was raised right around that area. You see what I'm saying? So me coming out seeing this, and another person in the hood, I watch on TV, I watch some hoods where it looked like the county. It looked like how our county looks. They riding through their hood. And they like, this the hood. Like, I'm like, well, what the niggas on the corner at? You know what I mean? Because where I'm from, like, it's niggas everywhere.
It's the same shit. Like, what goes on is the same shit. It's only just how it looks. Shit, they got hoods in LA where it's palm trees outside the door, but niggas out there wilding. Like, but it looks beautiful. Like,
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying that makes, to me, the mentality of where I'm from is more grimier because you're more closed in. You're more, it's you know, you have to worry more because it's so many people just right there, opposed to, you know, where I live at now in the city, you know, I can run through the yard to the alley to the next neighbor's yard. It ain't all closed in like where I was raised at. You feel what I'm saying? So, and up here it's a different, like, again, where I'm at, my doors stay unlocked all the time. Yeah, I got a big ass Doug downstairs, but yeah, I said Doug. I got a big ass Doug downstairs, but you know what I mean? Like the people in our neighborhood pretty much watch out for each other. So I could say this a pocket in Baltimore that's okay. You feel what I'm saying? Because, you know, 2 blocks up the street is not okay no more. You know what I mean? So these neighbors in this little vicinity watch each other's back, call each other when shit popping. If you know some little kid's mother, they call them, hey, go up there and talk to them people, let them know their little kid down here, instead of calling the police. You know what I mean? Or so kind of the kids know in the neighborhood, like, don't go down there. Y'all know it's trouble down there. You get what I'm saying? And that's how you kind of make it. So, and it's pockets like that in Baltimore, but it's also trenches in Baltimore where ain't nothing but city blocks and high rises and shit. Not like the old high rises back in the day. They pretty much tore them down. They making like some new, improved, nice looking shit, but they still the same shit. Hallways and apartments. This is, to me, I call that just jail. You know what I mean? Like, but
and when you look at them, sometimes they do look like actually look like windows all in the same position.
Facts.
It kind of looks like it. I do want to note that Boss Arthur New Crucial in the building, all in the building. Definitely Crucial K with the album April 15th. What's today? The 11th. Yeah, so April 15th. We on 11th today. April 15th, Crucial K album will be coming out and dropping, man. So we definitely got a salute to that. Crucial K, any words?
You know, it's just what it's called, man. Bopping tunes, man. You're gonna be able to bop to every track, man. You know what I'm saying? So
already. We're gonna play one in a minute.
Bopping tunes.
Bopping tunes, Crucial K with the solo joint. Of course, we gonna promote that thing up and definitely run the numbers up on that, man. Of course. So I don't know. Any last words on the last topic, Boss Crucial?
No, I'm good.
I think I got what I need to say out, bro.
That's what's up. I don't know. You wanna do the last little topic I was talking about? Or shit, we already passed an hour and a half. What you wanna do, boss?
It's up to you, man. I'm here.
Shit. All right. So this one, it probably ain't gonna take long. We've been on this whole political thing. We talking about gun culture and things. So with this whole Trump situation, what we doing with Trump, man? He surrendered himself to authorities for basically lying, paying off somebody, and all of this. When it comes to a former president surrendering himself to authorities, it's only happened. What was it? Nixon? That's the only.
I don't know. I thought Trump was the only one.
Well, didn't Nixon get caught up in some shit? Or didn't? I don't know. But when it comes to the shit, man, I think it's funny and I laugh. That's kind of how I break it down. I kind of think, what if Obama would have got caught up in some shit like this?
Oh, Lord. Man, this shit would have been blown out the fucking water. But, the thing is, I had a conversation with a good close friend of mine. I'm not going to say no names. But he feels that as if, which a lot of people do, feel like this is just a way to stop Trump from running in 2024. Me personally, I don't give a fuck if it is. If it is, good. But a lot of people feel like he should run. You know what I'm saying? And not you'll be amazed. It's a lot of our people who rock with Trump. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? I just can't.
Yeah, I already knew he like, man.
I digress.
I already know. You know, we was talking about politics, so I figured that's the only other thing going. You know, I guess that I see people talking about.
What's your thoughts on Trump, Crucial?
I'm gonna just say it like this. I done said it before, but what the presidents and all that politician stuff got going, it ain't never affected my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It ain't never affected me. You know what I'm saying? But Trump did what I beat him up on. My last 3 years of my grandpa living, they pinned him as a kingpin in Waycross, Georgia. Small little town. You know what I'm saying? And my grandpa was gone for 19 years. Trump got my grandpa out in 2019 before he died. You know what I'm saying? In 2022. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I beat Trump up on. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, he be talking crazy and all that shit.
I didn't know that, man. That's hey, everybody had their own personal experience or what affects them. So I definitely, I'm like, shit. It's what it is.
Do you think, YJ, what's going on with Trump right now, is it legit or is it bullshit?
I think. Go ahead, Kush.
No, I don't think he's gonna go to jail. I don't think he might be in custody right now, but he ain't gonna do no time, man.
And another thing, the fact that the mugshot never, you surrendered yourself. So if you surrender yourself, the mugshot's not public, because it seemed like everybody that go to jail got a mugshot.
Yeah,
I'm like, shit. Everybody go to jail got a mugshot, but his shit secret. Like maybe it's some kind of clause in the presidential afterthought process where if you a president, your mugshot don't come out. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just thinking out loud, man.
So, do you think what is going on with Trump? Do you think what they are arresting him from, what he got charges on, is it legit or is it bullshit?
Well, it had to go back to what it actually is, and that would be, I guess, him paying off some porn star to not. It's basically monthly payments to a porn star who, and this is only one thing, but it's other things, I guess, that's in there. But payments to basically hush money type of thing, and coercing. That word coerce, I seen came up a lot. When it comes to coercing people to not speak, basically, it's like shit. If you running for president, what you gonna do? Like, I mean, and the whole thing is over a dude messing with a chick. Like, and that goes back to the Bill Clinton. It's like, is it? I mean, shoot, you running. Yeah, I probably shouldn't even.
No, if you hear her story, bro, you kind of be like, what the fuck?
See, I ain't heard her story. Story.
Yeah, bro. I listened to her. I don't even know what. I heard it on the internet. She came out. Hey, bro. She put this story out like a year ago, I heard. Like, they just come, man, I don't hear this shit, man. Like, this is something to keep niggas watching the news, man.
Right.
That's the only thing I can say, bro. I don't believe in all that dumb ass shit.
I'm gonna play this real quick, and then we gonna get on to. I think I'm gonna play that Bam Bam Crucial did, because it's something about that beat. Is that on the album, or what was that Bam Bam Crucial?
That was Body the Beat, man. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was Body the Beat. I guess we'll play that one you got with New on there. Then I think we got that. Boss, is that in the back?
Yeah, Keys.
Yeah, that's on there, right?
Yeah, that's on the album.
Okay. Can you disclose how many tracks is on the album?
I got 12, man. A little 12.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm gonna play this real quick. I'm gonna play this real quick just because that boy came out strong when hold on.
Fuck Trump.
That boy came out strong the same day he came out with. All right, come on.
I never thought anything like this could happen in America. Never thought it could happen.
Hours after he surrendered on criminal charges, former President Donald Trump addressed his supporters from his Mar-a-Lago resort. It was an unprecedented day in American history as Trump faced a judge in New York, the first U.S. president to be indicted by a grand jury. But he's made it clear that won't deter his campaign for another term in the White House. Trump pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records, alleging that he paid off Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal to keep them from going public about extramarital affairs before the 2016 election.
So extramarital affairs. So you can't run the country if you have extramarital affairs? Like
shit, Clinton got his little wiener right under the table. I mean,
and they ran him through the ringer. That's
yeah, bro.
But I guess it goes back to the trust. Like if you can't have a union with your wife, how you gonna run the state of the union?
You got a whole never damn near pope somewhere getting the goddamn little kid to suck on his tongue, and they worry about this shit. He getting the kid to suck on his tongue on national television, and y'all worry about this.
Defiant, railing against the DA prosecuting him and the New York judge hearing the case. And again, Trump says this will not keep him from his campaign. The question so many have, can he beat these charges against him while beating his opponents for the White House? How easy or how difficult will it be to defend him? We asked our legal experts about the case.
I think it's going to be an uphill battle for the state, no doubt.
What do you believe the defense?
Yeah, I don't really care. So, all right, I care more about April 15th than that. So, yeah, man. You know, we've been up here hour and 45. Shit, we finna ride out, man. Any last words from any of y'all brothers?
Nah, let's ride out.
Now ride out. Crucial, what's good with you, man?
Yeah, what, man?
Man, I think Crucial got some shit on tuck, man. I'm gonna just say, hey, but when it come down to the release and whatnot, man, Crucial, if there's any way I can get that, man, before the drop, man, I kind of want to do a show. And it's just I probably should be saying this behind the scene, but I kind of want to do a show, man, to kind of highlight the album, but I kind of want to hear it first, so kind of do a little interview, do the same with Boss album, do the same with New album, and kind of just do a little interview for the release and whatnot. So if it's any way possible, if I can just hear before so I can get some questions ready and, you know, maybe the day after or the day of, you know, come up here and just chop it up. That'd be dope, man.
All right, yeah. I mean, well, I already gonna put it out, so it'll be popping up on platforms soon. But I can send you tracks with email tonight, Google Drive, because it's gonna be a big file. So.
Yeah. All you gotta do is just put them all, highlight all of them, and send them to a zip drive and send it to them that way.
As a matter of fact, you could, if you want, you could put it on the Black Sector Mafia at Gmail. Just upload them in the Gmail, and I can go in there myself. If that's easier, I don't know, but
all right.
Yeah, we gonna
you ain't gonna be able to listen to my album before.
I already heard. Well, I ain't heard all of it, but I done heard with you know. But hey, but yeah, we gonna get up out of here, man. Yeah, we gonna play this from backstage, so I ain't gotta do nothing. All right, salute to everybody that came through. Most definitely, man. We're gonna get up out of here.
Appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Hey, Chris. Okay. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Okay. Keys in my lap, just in case they run it back. All my G's got straps. Where them niggas at? Oh, you high. You know we ride. Ooh, do capping, nigga. You know we slide. You know we slide. You know we slide. Where them niggas at? You know we slide. Niggas at. You know we slide. Niggas at. You know we slide.
Nigga, I got my weapon on me. Looking for steppers only. You niggas be walking fast. Let me see your name.
you phony. You talking reckless, homie. Send them straight to your crib like I disconnect from Tony. You see we riding on them. They say we sliding on them. We bringing it back to underground like we rising on them. You know these eyes is on them. When I'm thinking them pies is on them. Moving it close, you seeing these guys with disguises on them. Hide your fortune, guide the moment. If it's killer bees, hire hornets. Nick talk about sticks and twigs. Well, I got this branch enormous. Can is only wears opponents. All these eyes baloney. Nigga, I'm stone cold. You niggas are rock jabroni, high for bonies.
Keys in my lap, just in case they run it back. All my G's got straps. Where them niggas at? Oh, you high? Oh, you high? You know we ride. You know we ride. We don't do capping, nigga. You know we slide. 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 Where them niggas at? Them niggas at? Them niggas at? You know we slide. Where them niggas at? You know we slide. Where them niggas at? Them niggas at? Them niggas at? You know we slide. Where them niggas at? My license ain't good, but I still fucking drive. And the plate on the back been expired 9 times. Got the windows tinted and the speakers going bam. It hit harder than the club. Got the DJ like damn. I'm just parking lot pimping. I came out this big dolo. If you think I'm really dolo, I go Rambo with that fofo. The extendo got it looking like the gun from Nintendo. And the stick so big, gotta hold it out the window. And the bullet's nice size too. One bullet come flying through, hit you in your chest and thigh too. You thought 5 flew the whole damn block. Went to running and ducking. I ain't shooting this stick for nothing. Boy, I'm busting that something. Got my keys in my lap, just in case they run it back. All my G's got straps. Where them niggas at? Oh, you high? Oh, you high? You know we ride. You know we ride. We don't do capping, nigga. You know we slide.